Why? We're gonna review Black Panther Wakanda Forever. As you can tell by this, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, the one and only Black Panther. Y'all are gonna have a ride with this one. Y'all will not make it out of the theater without feeling some type of way, shedding a tear. I promise you, this experience is worth it, and this movie, Black Panther, put Marvel back on the map for me. Let's get into the review. Bro, when I'm telling you, y'all really have to watch Black Panther 1. And yeah, please watch the first Black Panther before you watch this movie. I'm telling you, it starts off with I can't even say bang, it just starts off like reminding us. Spoiler free, spoiler free, spoiler free. All right, but when you get into the movie, the first 10 15 minutes, just be ready to already get, hit with feels, with emotions, because it's sad as heck. I'm not gonna lie, the movie starts off really, really sad. And it just, I think it's important that it did that because of the theme throughout the movie. Um, you really just have to get past the 15. Like, I'm telling you, if you, I'm like all over the place already. Just be prepared for the feels. That's how it starts. That's how it ends. Honestly, it has a great balance of emotions throughout the movie after that. And it's serious in the serious moments. It's funny in the funny moments, and it just nails every scene that it does, in my opinion. The soundtrack, probably the first thing you'll notice after you pass the really sad introduction to the movie. The soundtrack bangs. Ryan Coogler, well, he's not in charge of music, but whoever directed the music, bro. You got Rihanna, you got Thames, you got Burna Boy, you got, bro, like, it's stacked, like, it's good. It's really, really good. And I think the soundtrack really, like, fits into the theme of the movie. It fits into every song that was put in each scene. It's the scene perfectly. You'll see what I mean by that. There's a Spanish song that makes you feel exactly like where you are in the scene, and I'm like, bro, this song is so good. Me and my friends were all like geeking over the soundtrack. I just thought the soundtrack was awesome. It was amazing. Made you want to move. Like, every scene that you heard something new. It was really, really good. I enjoyed the soundtrack a lot, and it honestly heightened the experience for me. Shuri's character development is one of my favorite parts of the movie. She navigates her feelings throughout the entire movie, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it hits all, 5 or 6 stages of grief. I don't know, but if you have ever mourned a loved one or someone, this movie takes you through the mourning process. And that's part of the reason why I'm like prepared to get into your feels, because it doesn't go away. It starts like that, and it's like, oh, a little bit, and then it reminds you, and then it's there throughout the whole movie. But it's really worth it. It's an emotional ride, and honestly, it's very, very well written, very well laid out. The balance for the movie there's a lot of good dialogue. Like, I was surprised. Usually Marvel has some corny lines here and there, but like, dialogue for this movie was really good. Again, Shuri's character development was just amazing. Without spoiling too much, I just want to tell you that by the end, it's so satisfying. It's really satisfying, especially through the climax. Like, there's just a whole bunch of emotions you go through for Shuri too, because you see how she reacted to the events that happened in the movie. So I'm excited for y'all to watch it, because it's just such an emotional ride, and I love movies that take you on an emotional ride and that can make you cry. So I'm recommending it for that. If you're not good with movies like that, maybe this one's not for you. But to be honest, I say it's such a emotional masterpiece of a movie. The wardrobe, oh my gosh, the wardrobe for Ramonda, is that her name? The queen of Wakanda. I'm gonna tell, every outfit she had was 10 out of 10. Every time she was on the screen, her outfit, she was so drippy. And you know, she was the first one I noticed it for, but if you look throughout the movie, everybody's dripped out. All the characters are dripped. They all got their swag. They're all stunning. They got this presence about them. Like, whoever did the wardrobe, bro, and like the designs for the suits, the drip was everything in this movie. It was so good. Like, when I'm telling you, the soundtrack, the drip, everything was just, it was hitting. Everything was hitting. I really enjoyed seeing all the wardrobe, the outfits for all the characters. And you know, Wakanda got its own style, its own sauce, its little spice. So I loved every single part of it. You really won't expect to, you know, who will die. It's kind of hard. That's a good thing about this movie too, is you really don't know who's gonna die. Everybody feels like in danger. Like, every one of your characters that aren't the antagonists feel like they could just die just like that. But you know, I really appreciated the theme because it wasn't too much. It wasn't just a depressing movie. Like, it's uplifting, and it was like there was a purpose for the mourning, a purpose for the sadness, and it climaxed extremely well. I have to watch it again because my only gripe with the movie doesn't even have to do with the movie. I was watching it in IMAX and then the fire alarm went off. Someone pulled the fire alarm for some reason. There was like a 30-minute delay, and it completely pulled me out of my immersion for the movie. So I was saying on my Instagram, like, if that hadn't happened, I probably would have cried by the end of it. Because I was pulled out of it for so long and put back in, I kind of like reset, if that makes sense. So I really wanted to cry. I really did, but like, wasn't happening. FYI, I do like crying during emotional movies. It's just, there's something about it. I don't know. You can judge me if you want. But the action, I really haven't talked about a lot. The action was well choreographed. I actually liked all the action because there wasn't too much, and it paired well with all the dialogue, all the scenes that weren't action. And you know, it was just really, really hype because all the action was paired with these boom, 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 these drums, these woo, 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 woo. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it was the signature Black Panther sounds for the soundtrack. It was just so hype. All the action was hype because of the soundtrack, sound effects. And they made sure that when there was action and fighting, you were hyped for it. So I'm really glad that they did that. And okay, I forgot her name. Okay. The bald girl. She was one of my favorite characters in the first one. She was still one of my favorite characters in this one. She has so many cool moments. And you know, she still manages to be one of my favorite characters after the shine that each of these new characters get in this one. And you know, I do remember liking her a lot because she be killing it with the staff as a soldier, as a warrior for Wakanda. And she just killed it. She nailed it. She did a crazy job. Her acting was on point. I gotta learn the actress's name. She can act. She was really good, and I just enjoyed her character she portrayed in this one. Her action scenes go crazy, bro. I really enjoyed watching her fight. Again, ending tugged really, really hard at the heartstring. And you know, I think a lot of people, if they didn't cry, they definitely felt something inside of them by the time that ending came. There is a post-credit scene, by the way. Stay for the post-credit scene. But the ending was just, it's like you go through a good amount of the movie, like, okay, you've accepted what's happened, you're watching, you're hyped, it ends, you're like, oh, let's go. And then, you know, you get to the end. I audibly said, damn it, when the last part of the movie played, because I was hoping not to get, like, I was like, oh, okay, the movie's about to end, you know, I had my feelings, like, but it ended good, we're good. And then they played it, and I was like, breathe, because I was like, I'm about to cry. Like, that's how I felt watching it, so I'm just warning y'all right now. It's worth it, it's good. I think it's also good for the soul, good for the heart to be able to feel through a movie like but it also, you know, gives you a good reminder of what's happened in the real world, and that we're all human, and, you know, we can make huge impacts in our lives, even if we don't think we can. Because this movie was a product of that impact. If you don't know by now, I'm talking about Chadwick Boseman. They did a really, really great tribute to him. throughout the whole movie. We hope you guys enjoy it. He deserves that. He honestly, even though I'm not a black person, African American, you know, whatever, I still respect how much impact he had with Black Panther. You could just feel that when the first movie came out, because the support was phenomenal. Watching it was just sick. Obviously, again, I'm not like in the shoes of the people he's representing, but you know, it's just, I respect it so much because they need something with how things are going nowadays. With, you know, I'm gonna get deep. I'm gonna get deep with like racism, with discrimination. You know, nobody deserves that. Nobody does at all. So I'm just really glad he was able to have such a big impact, and you know, you feel that support in a crowded theater. People who are waiting to watch this movie just to pay their respect. Again, stay for the post-credit scene. I'm giving Black Panther Wakanda Forever 10 out of 10. Marvel is back because of this. The antagonist is very OP. That's the last thing I'll leave on. But 10 out of 10, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Please go watch it. It is this year's must watch. And please, if you haven't yet, please like, comment, subscribe. You know, I'm gonna try to keep it consistent somewhat. I've been behind a little bit, but you know, this is a good one to come back on. And I hope y'all all go watch Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's been World Pass, and I'm a peace out.